Welcome to my session on decision science. We will continue solving the LPP problem. Today's example is as follows. A company produces two special types of soaps, X and Y, for which the following data is available. So we have per unit selling price. For X it is 18 rupees, for Y 25 rupees. Direct material, we have three materials A, B and C. For X, 2 units at rupees 2 per unit, and for Y, 3 units at rupees 2 per unit. For material B, 1 unit at rupees 4 per unit for X and 2 units at rupees 4 per unit for Y. For C, we do not have any units for X, whereas for Y, we have 1 unit at rupees 1 per unit. The direct labor cost is given to us, 1 man hour at rupees 2.5 per hour for X, and similarly for Y, 1 man hour at rupees 2.5 per hour. Variable overheads, rupees 1 for your product X, and for Y it is 1.5. Okay. We also have some additional information given to us. The fixed overhead is at rupees 1500 per month. The quantities of material A, B, C available for production are 500, 400 and 200 respectively per month. There are 2 workers who work for 8 hours a day for 25 days in a month. The per month market demand is also given for X and Y, at least 200 and 150 units respectively. We are supposed to formulate this as a LPP. Let us first declare the decision variables. So we have variable X1 and X2. Let us take these two variables. So X1 and X2 as the number of units. So number of, you can say, units of X and Y produced per month. Okay. So these are my two variables. Using these two variables, we will write the objective function. So let me write it here. Okay. In the objective function, we need to first of all calculate the profit. So to calculate the profit, let us go back here. We have been given the selling price as 18, okay, and these are my cost which is involved. So we will first calculate the profit for X. The profit for X is equal to 18 minus, now 2 units at rupees 2 per unit. So this is 4 minus 1 unit at rupees 4 minus 4 again. For C, we don't have anything here. For direct labor, we have rupees 2.5 per hour. So minus 2.5, and finally minus the variable overheads as rupees 1. Okay. This total is, we have this as 8, 10.5, 11.5. So this gives me 6.5 as the answer. Okay. Similarly, profit for the soap Y will be, we have here 25 minus 3 units at rupees 2 per unit. So this is 6. 2 units at rupees 4 per unit. So this is 8. 1 unit at rupees 1 per unit. So 1. Then the labor, direct labor is cost 2.5 and variable overheads rupees 1.5. Okay. Now 6 plus 8 gives you 14, 15, 15 plus 4, 19, 25 minus 19 will give me 6. Okay. Plus we also have the fixed overhead at rupees 1500 and fixed overhead equal to 1500. Okay. Using this three information, I can write my objective function. Because it's a profit, we have to maximize it. So max P equal to 6.5 x1 plus 6 x2, and we have to subtract the fixed overhead cost, which is 1500. Okay. This is my objective function. What are the constraints? Let us write the constraints now. My first constraint is my material constraint. So for material, we have three materials A, B and C. We are going to use 2 units from A for X and 3 units for Y. So we have the first equation 2x1 plus 3x2, and what is the total material available? Units, 500 units for A is available. So this will be less than equal to 500. Okay. For material B, it's 1 unit here for X and 2 units for Y. So this will be x1 plus 2x2, and the total 400 units are available for B. So this is less than equal to 400. Okay. For material C is not used in X. Okay. For Y it is only 1 unit. So we can write here x2 less than equal to the total available quantity is 200. This completes my material constraint. Next constraint is my labor constraint. Now there are 2 labors given to us. There are 2 labors you can see here. They are working 8 hours per day and for 25 days. So 25 multiplied by 8 is 200 hours per labor. For 2 labors it will be 400 hours. Okay. And in the direct labor we have only 1 man hour here at 2.5. The rate we are not going to consider this right now. So there are 2 labors for x1 plus x2 should be less than equal to 400. This 400 is your total hours available. Clear? The third one is my market demand constraint. So market demand. For X we have at least 200 and for Y we have at least 150 units. Okay. So this will be x1 should be greater than equal to 200 and x2 greater than equal to 1500 or 150. Okay. The final one is your non-negativity constraint, where we can directly write x1, x2 should be greater than equal to 0, and we can write the LPP formulation now. Max P is equal to 6.5 x1 plus 6 x2 minus 1500 subject to all the constraints 2x1 plus 3x2 less than equal to 500, x1 plus 2x2 less than equal to 400, x2 less than equal to 200. Okay. This is my material constraint. then is your labor constraint x1 plus x2 less than equal to 400. Okay. The market constraint x1 greater than equal to 200, x2 greater than equal to 150, and your last non-negativity constraint x1 comma x2 should be greater than equal to 0. This completes my LPP model. Please go through the steps once again and practice it out. Thank you.